Right, we're now on page 49, finding the percentage of a quantity. I'm looking at question 1. It says work out 25% of 25. Hope that comes out all right. 25% of £140. We're allowed to use a calculator, don't forget. So 25 by 100. That's 25% of, multiply 140. Might as well lose that while we're at it. 25 over 10. Grab our machine. We're allowed to do that. So 25 divided by 10 and then multiply by 14. Of course, with a calculator I didn't need to counter down any zeros at all, but I want to go that far at least anyway. We're looking at £35. Besides, a quarter of 140 is in fact £35. 4 35s makes £140. I'll leave my calculator to hand just in case. Next one, 70%, working over here. 70% of £280 means 70 out of 100 of, multiplied by £280. I could do that, and I could even do that as well. So I'm left with 7 lots of 28. I've got to go and do my calculator with that one. So 28 lots of 7s, or 7 lots of 28. I've got £196. So squids, 196. That should be pounds up there too. Alright, so that's a very simple method. Then there's more of the same in question 2. I'm not going to bother to do that. By question 3 they introduce us to the whole idea of multipliers. So instead of writing down, I don't know, 20% of 150, you just jump straight into this stage here. A multiplier, well, you just take your 0.2, mine didn't work out well, rub it out. You take your 0.2 and simply multiply by 150. Use your calculator. Another one, 35% of 500. Again, just get used to multipliers. 35%, you know it's 35 out of 100. In other words, 0.35. Multiply that by the 500, and you've successfully used your multiplier there and there. 2.5%. Be careful. I'm just doing the multipliers now. Divide by 100, 0.025 as the multiplier. Just the multipliers, nothing more. 12% as a multiplier, 0.12. Then just go multiply by whatever it says in the question. And finally, 125%. Divide by 100, get 1.25, and then multiply with whatever it says in the question. That's all I want to do about that. Question 4 is the same, question 5 is the same. I'll do question 6 here, and let's just go on to black. Question 6 says a zoo has a herd of 120 zebras, or zebras. So I've got 120 zebras. Just want to see where this is going to go. 55% of the zebras are female, so 55% are female. And how many male and female zebras are there in the herd? Well, 55% are female, so 55% of these are female. Using a multiplier, 0.55 times 120. Well, these are the females. I'm going to grab my machine now because I'm allowed to do that. So 0.55 multiplied by 120 equals, so 66 female. And then it says how many are male. Well, if I've got 66 who are female, let's not make it all difficult. Take them away to see how many left are boys. So 120 take away 66 leaves us with 54 male zebras. Not quite enough for one each, but no worries, I'm sure they'll get over it somehow. Alright, question E has other word problems. Question 5 onwards rated at grade D, and there are word problems there. I think I'll just turn over the page and do a couple of word problems. This is all about Tom. Now, this is Tom. Tom has got £2,200, so let's just do Tom up here. So Tom has got £2,200, and the question says he is 15% Of that, presumably, he gives 15% of that money to his son, and he gives 30% to his daughter. Obviously no favouritism there then. Right then, he keeps the rest. Well done him. How much does Tom keep? Well, we could do the long thing and work out 50% of that, work out the son's money. We can then work out 30% of that, work out the daughter's money, then take all that away from the £2,200. Well, look at it this way. If he's giving away, and let's just highlight it in yellow, if he's giving away 15%, that's that, and 30%, altogether 15 plus 30 gives us 45%. Now that's what he gives away. Therefore, Tom keeps 55% of the money. Is that alright? Obviously 45 and 55 comes to 100% of the whole being all of that money up there that was Tom's. Anyway, using multipliers, jumping straight in, 0.55, because that's 55% of, multiply 2200, and we're going to get our answer right now. So here I go. We have got 0.55 multiplied by 2200, and Tom gets to keep £1,210. Alright, so I hope his kids were happy with their little share. I wouldn't be if I was the daughter, but anyway. What else do we have here? Oh, that's a long question. Should we do question 13? It looks really involved, so I really fancy it. Let's do it. This is really complicated. Okay, again, there isn't a grade against this, but I'd say it's working towards grade C and certainly grade D in terms of the knowledge you need to have about it. So let me jump straight in. Question 13, page 51. It talks about Amy. Put it up there. It talks about Ben. It talks about Carrie. It talks about Dave. It talks about Emma, and it talks about Fergus. Aren't these questions wonderfully constructed? A, B, C, D, E, F. And they're going to share £200 between them. That's not an awful lot of money, is it, between that little lot? But anyway, let's see how they manage. Amy gets 10% of 200. Okay, so Amy, you're going to get 10% using a multiplier, it's 0.1, of 200. I can see without a calculator, Amy gets £20. So we put 20 up there for Amy, and she can go and spend it. Ben gets 20% of what's left. Well, what is left, Ben? Well, £200, take away the 20, leaves Ben, leaves the money, leaves £180 left. Ben doesn't get all that, he gets 20% of that. So 20%, 0.2 of 180, it's going to give us, just grab this now, so it's 0.2 times 180, Ben gets £36. Let's give Amy her pound sign back. So Ben gets £36. What do we have next? Carrie gets 30% of what is left after Amy and Ben take their share. So what are we down to so far? This is Carrie. We have got the original £200. We take away Amy's 20. We take away Ben's 36. That leaves us with £200. Take away £56, which gives us, so 200, take away the 56, and Carrie is going to get a certain proportion of that. What does it say? Gets 30% of what's left. Okay, so Carrie's going to take 30% of that. So as a multiplier, 0.3 times £144 will give us, so here we go, 144 multiplied by 0.3, or 0.3 times 144. So Carrie gets £43.20. Just follow it through with your calculator. So Carrie, £43.20. Now, what's Dave's story? Dave gets 40% of what Amy, Ben, and Carrie take. Right. All right. So what we got so far? So this is Dave. we're down to £144. I won't go through all this again. So before Carrie took her slice, we had £144. Now she takes away her share of £43.20. Let's just work out what's left over. So £144, take away Carrie's £43.20. And Davey's playing with, where are we now? £100.8. Now please note, in terms of the quality of your written communication, you've got to put a 0 there because we are talking money. Examiners will hate you if you don't do that. Alright, so Dave's story is he gets 40% of that. So just make it squeezed down here, 40%, 0.4 times £100 and 80p. Grab the machine quickly. So 100.8, or 0.80 rather, times 0.4. Dave gets £40 and 32p. We'll put his money up there. So £40 and 32. I'm running into Emma's there. Anyway, I'm going to work up here now. And then it says Emma and Fergus share the remainder. Oh goody, let's just do that, shall we? So Emma and Fergus, we're going to do them together. Before David took his chunk, he had £100 and 80p. He takes away his £40 and 32, leaving us with 100.8 take away 30.32, sorry, 40.32. So we now have £60 and 48p. Now Emma and Fergus are going to share it, therefore we're now going to divide by 2, and that will give us £30 and 24p each. So that's for M. Hope she's happy with that. £30.24, and Fergus gets the same. There can be no arguments with that. And hopefully, if we add all this stuff, should come up to £200. Well, I'm not going to work it all out again, but you can